Before the revolution started from a few photo albums I always had in my home and I grew up with as a child. My parents went to Iran in 1975. They spent 3 years there. In the last year I was born, and I spent my first year in Iran, which turned out to be actually the year of the revolution. As a child growing up in Israel in the 80s and 90s, Iran was the most intimidating, was the most scary thing. And these photos were very utopian. Everybody seems very happy and comfortable there. And a few years back, I started looking into it, and I found out that behind our little family story, there was a big political story that I only knew a few details of. And the other discovery was an enormous amount of footage that not only my father and mother, but actually many other Israelis took in Iran. Dozens of hours of 8mm films that describe the world that today seems unbelievable. Actually, at the end, there was 3 types of footage. One was the photo albums that I started with, my family's photos. Then there was the 8mm films that Israelis shot in Iran that described their point of view, a point of view that is now actually forbidden because we can't go there, we can't see this place anymore, and here it is. And then the 3rd type was the news archive, all the news agencies that covered the revolution, and the revolution was the first event to be documented by so many agencies and by so many journalists that were in Tehran in real time covering this story. A lot of things that happened on the political aspect in the Iranian Revolution remind us very much of what's happening today in the last years in the Arab world and the Arab Spring. And you can think about it in terms of mass media as well, because like Facebook and Twitter played a crucial part in Cairo. It was the same with TV and cassettes in 1979. The introduction of video for home use and for TV use will provide a certain democratic tool for people. Everybody can be a journalist, everybody can document what it is, but it's not necessarily turning the world into a more democratic place. Making a film that is constructed mainly of archival footage is a big challenge. I hope we actually portrayed the utopian feeling of Iran before the revolution and the kind of thriller story that the Israelis were caught in at the end.